Thank you for joining in this second part. Besides performing in the court, Tansen would often sing alone for the emperor. At night, he sang ragas that would soothe and help Akbar fall asleep. And in the morning, Tansen sang special ragas that would gently awaken the emperor. There are many stories told about the power of Tansen's music. It is said that when Tansen sang, birds and animals would gather to hear him. One evening, Emperor Akbar decided to visit Tansen. When the emperor arrived, Tansen was singing and playing the tanpura. The emperor sat quietly in the veranda and listened to him. So pleased was the emperor with Tansen's music that after the performance he took off his diamond necklace and presented it to Tansen. Some courtiers became very jealous of the emperor's high regard for Tansen. They stole the diamond necklace given by the emperor and told him that Tansen had sold it for a large sum of money. When summoned to the royal court and asked to produce the necklace, Tansen was unable to do so. The emperor flew into a rage. You will be banished from the court till you can present yourself wearing the necklace, roared the emperor. Tansen was in disgrace. He had no one to turn to. At last he thought of King Ramchandra and set off for Riva. Ramchandra welcomed his former court musician. After hearing the whole story, the king said, "Don't worry, just sing for me." Tansen sang two beautiful ragas for the king. "You have brought me great joy," said Ramchandra, and as a token of appreciation, he presented his jeweled sandals to Tansen. Tansen rushed back to Agra and placed the jeweled sandals in front of the emperor. "Sire, please take the diamonds from these and forgive me." The jeweled sandals were worth much more than the necklace. The emperor immediately realized that he had misjudged Tansen and said, "Your music is much more valuable than diamonds to me. I should never have doubted you. Return to the court as my royal musician." Tansen's fame spread far and wide. Tansen's enemies grew more jealous. They suggested to the emperor that he command Tansen to sing Deepak Raga. Deepak Raga was one of the most difficult ragas to sing. Besides, so much heat would be caused by a perfect rendering of this raga that not only would lamps alight but the singer's body too would burn to ashes. When Akbar asked Tansen to sing Deepak Raga, Tansen pleaded, "Sire, Deepak Raga can set the singer himself on fire," but the emperor would not listen. Tansen knew that singing Deepak Raga was dangerous, but he also knew that if Megh Raga, which brings the rain, could be sung at the same time, he would be saved from the fury of fire. "But how can I sing both ragas at the same time?" Tansen thought worriedly to himself as he roamed in his garden. Suddenly he remembered Rupa, a devoted disciple of Haridas. With the permission of Haridas, Rupa agreed to sing. Rupa was already a very good musician. Tansen used the 15-day preparation time granted by Akbar to train her. At the end of the 2 weeks, Rupa had perfected the singing of Megh Raga. On the day of performance, the court was packed. Unlit lamps were placed on the walls. As soon as the emperor entered and sat on the throne, Tansen began the alap. As Tansen sang on, the surrounding air got warmer. The audience started perspiring. Leaves and flowers in the garden dried and fell to the ground. Water in the fountains began to boil. Birds flew away to escape. The lamps lit up and flames appeared in the air. People fled from the court in terror. As the emperor stood up, listening with awe, a rose that he often held in his hand drooped. Now Tansen's body was hot and feverish, but absorbed in Deepak Raga, he continued to sing vigorously. Seeing Tansen in this state, Rupa began singing Megha Raga. As her voice grew stronger and soared, the sky became dark with clouds. Soon rain came pouring down. Many among the audience rushed out to be cooled by the rain. Soon everything returned to normal. People showered praises on Tansen's genius. Though the emperor was very pleased, he was shocked that he had almost lost his greatest musician to the fire of the singer's own music. Tansen's fame now spread like the flames of Deepak Raga. Centuries later, Tansen's music has lived on. It has been passed on from guru to disciple. And every year in Gwalior, near Tansen's tomb, a music festival is held. Musicians come here from all over India to perform and pay homage to Tansen. Interesting, isn't it? Now, there are two tasks you have to do. One is to learn any musical instrument or train your vocal cords. And second one is use the internet to look for 5 miniature paintings, study them carefully, copy to the PowerPoint slides or any other presentation mode. Make a brief PowerPoint presentation on the information you collected about